Ciao, my name is Shiro, and today I felt like sharing some weird memories I have from when I was in elementary school. Why? I don't know. I was just thinking about it today at work, and I was like, I'm gonna write these down and then write about it later and then record it and make it a thing. Okay, here we go. My first story is when I was in first grade, I think. Apparently, when I was 5, I took too long to go to the bathroom, which, by the way, was a whole trek down the hallway from our classroom. And I'm a very tiny human, even for back then, so the walk was far. The teacher was sick of me taking so long, I guess, that she gave me a physical stopwatch to take with me that was set to 2 minutes. 2 minutes for a 5-year-old to leave the classroom, walk down the hallway, go into the bathroom, wait if the stall was full, and then use the bathroom, wash my hands, which I was taught at the time was supposed to take 2 minutes on its own, and then walk back to the classroom. Also, for clarification, I was the only student the teacher made take a stopwatch with them to the bathroom, which I think is messed up. Why single me out because it took me 5 to 6 minutes to go to the bathroom? I feel like even today that's how long it would take me. Was she implying that every other student in that classroom took less than 2 minutes? Anyway, the stopwatch would always go off while I was still on the toilet, and there was no way that I could find to turn off the loud-ass alarm. It didn't have a button, so I would just have to carry it with me while it was blaring back down the hallway into the classroom. This happened multiple times. I just think about that a lot and think, wow, that's weird. Am I the only one that thinks that's really weird? I don't know. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a friend whose name I forgot. I think it was Timmy? Anyway, Timmy did a very quick impromptu joke where his 2 hands talked to each other like Ubi, and I thought, hey, 2 hands talking to each other and telling jokes is really cute and funny. So, I made a comic out of it, Bob and Bob Jr. Bob was this big hand who was really stupid, and Bob Jr. was a small hand that was smart and sarcastic. The one Bob and Bob Jr. comic I can remember off the top of my head was this one that I've recreated for storytelling's sake. It was a fan favorite. If I can find the real ones, I'll put pictures here since I know I kept them. Anyway, my comic became very popular in the classroom and other students started making their own Bob and Bob Jr. comics. And this was the very first time my 7-year-old self got a taste of what it was like to be popular. And it would also be my last. The fact that I shared my comics with the class and got them all excited about it made Timmy really mad. He actually stopped the class from talking and laughing and made a little speech about how Bob and Bob Jr. was his idea and that he made it up. Timmy was just jealous that I was popular and he wasn't. Sucks to suck, Timmy! Another thing that happened when I was in 3rd grade. At this point in my life, my father had neck surgery and was couch-ridden for months in this huge clunky neck brace. This is important for later. I used to have a trampoline in my backyard. Every once in a while, on a trampoline, you land wrong. I think I hurt my wrist or ankle or something, I don't remember. Anyway, the next Monday, I come into school and I'm telling everybody that I landed on my neck on my trampoline and was hospitalized for the whole weekend. I wanted to be like my dad so much when I was little that I exaggerated my story about hurting myself so I would also have a hurt neck like my dad. How cute. All my classmates were like, no you didn't, you freak. But when I ended up telling my teacher, she freaked out and was like, are you okay? Where's your neck brace? I was kind of taken aback, like, wait, an adult is believing me? That's never happened before. So I actually had my lunch and my recess taken away that day because I was walked down to the office to have my mom called. I sat in the office for what felt like 2 hours, starving and bored and just waiting because the office lady was on the phone with someone else. This was one of those offices where you sat outside in a mini lobby and there was a door that led to the actual office. My mom freaked out in the exact same way. Not because she thought I was hurt, but because I lied. Bear in mind, I was 7 at the time, maybe 8. I told a very obvious white lie to my classmates and teacher, to which my teacher freaked out on me and had my mom called, to which she freaked out on me because I told a lie? A lie, mind you, that harmed absolutely nobody, and could have just gone ignored. I feel like if a toddler told me that today, I'd just go, uh-huh, did you see Kobe in heaven? Anyway, I went home that day and my mom was very, very mad at me. She made me sit down at the kitchen table and write I will never tell lies 100 times on a loose leaf paper. This took me hours to do because 1, I was still very hungry, and 2, I'm 99% sure I have some sort of neurodivergency. I'm not going to say that I do for sure because I've never been tested. I was sitting there forever, just wiggling around in my seat, my hand hurting from writing so much, losing count so many times I had to keep recounting my lines, still hungry, and I still had homework to do. God, I hated that house and that school. Now, this last one is short, and I actually don't remember what grade I was in, but we were taking a test in class, and since the test was on something really easy, like simple addition or some shit, I finished early. So since I'm a really wiggly child, I was just fidgeting around in my chair waiting for the test time to be over, looking at everywhere and everything in that classroom. We had those type of desks where they sat two kids at once and you shared with someone else, so I was just glancing around the entire room and my eyes happened to fall on my neighbor's paper. I was watching the way he wrote because I liked people watch, and I found the way he held his pencil interesting and was trying to recreate it. Apparently, the teacher saw me staring at his test and she interrupted the test time to call me out, take my paper, rip it up, and throw it in the trash. I got an immediate 0. That still aggravates me. Like, she saw that my test was done when she took it. She could have just seen that my answers were different from my neighbor's answers when she was grading them and went from there, but no. She had to make a whole scene and make me look like an asshole that cheats. You know, growing up, I had a lot of teachers that kind of just hated me. They seemed to get mad at me or single me out for no reason. Not just in elementary school either, all the schools. And people today wonder why I have authority issues. Okie dokie, grazie for listening, adio!